these characters are held to the end to kind of keep a bit of suspense. Now, one of the characters that they kept to the end, and I'll give this out too, and I'm becoming a huge fan of this character now. And that's the main reason why I'm even giving this review, is so I can just go into this new character that I'm a huge fan of now, and that's Deadpool. And we don't really see Deadpool in this movie until the end of the movie, but we do know that Deadpool is part of the movie. I have heard that he was going to be in this movie, and he is actually very similar to X-Man, codename Wolverine, in that he wears blades on his hand. X-Man wears claws on his hand. Deadpool wears blades, swords, on his hands. And he also has the ability to shoot lasers out of his eyes. And very similar to the power that Laser Eye has, when Laser Eye is wearing his laser helmet, or his laser mask, his eye mask, if you will. Deadpool actually has this power. He doesn't need to wear, excuse me, he doesn't need to wear a mask. He has the power. And so, but now I'll get back to Firestar. So remember, X-Man killed a Firestar, but in the third one, in the fourth one, he's left the team. And he leaves the team under the charge, which we'll see by the end of the movie. He leaves the team under the charge of Professor X-Man, who, as we'll see, and I'm going to give, I'm giving out spoilers again. I'm warning you. We see in this movie, by the fourth movie, Professor X-Man has gained the ability to walk. And remember, in the first 3 X-Men movies, he couldn't walk. He was in a wheelchair. In fact, at the end of the third movie, he was in a hospital. He was on the verge of death. But in this movie, he's actually recovered to the point where he can actually walk. And so, when we see these characters, we're reminded of the connection to the originals, and therefore we know there's continuity. Okay, now another character in this movie that is new is X-Man's father, X-Man's dad. And this is the person, in this movie, there's conflict. So remember, there's always a villain. In the first one, it was Magno. In the second one, it was Stryker. Remember, Stryker is called Stryker because he strikes without warning. And in the third one, it was Firestar. And in the fourth one, it's X-Man's father, Clawman. Now, for some reason, Clawman kills X-Man's wife. Remember, oh, did I explain this yet? X-Man, codename Wolverine, actually marries Firestar in the fourth movie. But as we've seen the progression with X-Man, we have a new origin with X-Man now. We have another origin with Firestar. Firestar is now reborn in this fourth movie with the power to control people's minds. And she controls X-Man's mind, and he marries her. But he actually falls in love with her again, because remember, in the third one he killed her because she was evil. So she has somehow erased his memory. He marries her. But X-Man's father, Clawman, kills her. And this is something else too that they do in these movies. They did get a new actor to play Firestar, and we see this quite a bit. Sometimes you'll see actors coming in and out of roles, and sometimes for instance, they did this in the Punisher movies. Remember the first Punisher? In the first one, Dolph Lundgren played the Punisher, and in the sequel, Thomas Jane played the Punisher, and in the third one,